Hello there, welcome to For the Love of Star Wars. Today we're going to be talking about our top 5 picks for the best lightsaber duels in Star Wars. Before we get into it real quick, click like and subscribe for weekly Star Wars videos.
Number 5.
Beginning our list with the number 5 pick, we have Count Dooku versus Yoda from Attack of the Clones.
It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber.
Prior to his training with Darth Sidious in the dark side of the Force, Dooku originally served as an apprentice to Grandmaster Yoda directly. During his time with the Jedi, Dooku was famous for having been one of the most skilled lightsaber duelists amongst the entire Order. His unique curved hilt, combined with his Makashi or Form 2 fighting style, proved difficult even against Master Yoda himself. This style focuses on controlled cuts and precise thrusts, and is based on real-world rapier fencing. Having originally been introduced to Yoda in the original trilogy, finally seeing our little green friend in action blew mine and so many others' minds. Using the aggressive and fast-paced Ataru, or Form 4, Yoda aids his attacks with use of the Force, performing somersaults and leaping strikes. Having mastered this practice to its highest form, Yoda is able to bring Dooku to a stalemate, and the battle is continued through their knowledge of the Force. It is such a cool duel to see unfold, and the personal connection between Dooku and Yoda makes it that much more interesting. And that's what brings it in as our 5th entry on the list.
Number 4.
At number 4, we have a duel containing one of, if not the most iconic and infamously misquoted lines in Star Wars. That's right, we're talking about Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader in The Empire Strikes Back.
You are beaten. It is useless to resist.
Even after being strongly warned against it by Yoda and ObiWan, Luke rushes off to Bespin and ends his training on Dagobah early, to assist in the aid of Han, Leia, Chewbacca, and C-3PO, who are being held captive and tortured by the Empire. This is a well-laid trap by Vader, baiting Luke in hopes of capturing him in Cloud City's carbon-freezing chamber. Even having not completing his training, Luke's raw ability in the Force is impressive.
Most impressive.
However, Vader isn't particularly giving it his all. His goal is to capture Luke alive, after displaying the power of the dark side by throwing a bunch of shit at Luke. It is clear that our hero is outmatched. Darth Vader revealing the truth of Luke's lineage is not only so iconic, but so satisfying as well. Especially now, having been able to explore and learn so much more about the Star Wars universe, and so many incredible characters and stories having been told, those stories exist for this moment. This connection is the first chronologically in Star Wars canon that truly revealed the overall story of the underlying hero in Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker. Being such a memorable, lovable, and fan-favorite moment, we had to include it for our number 4 spot.
Number 3.
Coming in at number 3, we have a 3-way duel. We're of course referring to the Duel of the Fates. The battle for Anakin's soul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. This duel holds special significance because this is the first appearance of the Sith in over a millennia. Darth Maul's iconic reveal, along with his double-sided lightsaber, is perhaps another one of the most legendary moments on screen in the entire Star Wars universe. Similarly to Master Yoda, Qui-Gon fights using Ataru, otherwise known as Form 4. Even using the Force to enhance his physical abilities, this causes Qui-Gon to exhaust himself quicker, leading to his eventual demise. Another gem is the fact that we get to see Obi-Wan Kenobi in his prime. Also utilizing Form 4, Obi-Wan unleashes his quick, and powerful strikes against Darth Maul, and his movesets are some of the most satisfying as well. After being separated by ray shields and witnessing the death of his master, Obi-Wan switched to using Form 5 or 6, Gemso and Niman, against Darth Maul in an absolute rage. Probably due to his demonic appearance, touching into our most primal fears, you can see why Darth Maul would be a terrifying opponent. Darth Maul is a member of the Zabrak species, hailing from the planet Dathomir, having been trained as a hidden Sith apprentice since his childhood. Maul has been deeply ingrained with hatred for the Jedi and fear for his Sith master Sidious. To no surprise, Maul was a practitioner of Form 7 Juyo. This form of lightsaber combat was known as the most savage and ruthless amongst the recognized fighting styles. Even though he managed to take Qui-Gon's life, Maul is outsmarted by Obi-Wan and meets his fate. Thankfully, we know Maul survives this encounter, but that's a story for another time. We love this duel and could say so much more about it, but that's why we included it as our number 3 spot.
Number 2.
For our number 2 slot, we have Obi-Wan vs. Anakin on Mustafar from Revenge of the Sith. A close for number 1, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker's showdown on this hellish lava planet. After Anakin's slaughter and the remainder of the Separatist leaders, we witness an epic and emotional fight between two brothers. Two brothers, a master and an apprentice, and the fate of the galaxy at large. Attempting to talk some sense into his lost friend, Obi-Wan pleads with Anakin, and his speech at the end never fails to bring moisture to my eyes.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
From the beginning of the fight, the choreography gives us a clear view of the two fighting styles between Anakin and Obi-Wan. A true Jedi, Obi-Wan is constantly on the defensive. Anakin fights with emotion, boiling over, swings heavy and fierce. He is the chosen one. The fight rages on for some time, quite possibly being one of the longest duels with the most physical blade combat we have seen from any of the other duelists on this list, even in the entire Star Wars franchise. This is the Jedi and the Sith at their finest. The prequel era especially shows us the most diverse blade combat in the series due to the sheer amount of skilled duelists in the galaxy. This epic duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan comes to a grinding halt as Obi-Wan retreats away from the lava river onto the legendary and beloved high ground. Anakin, desperate to demonstrate his supposed superiority over Obi-Wan, attempts to recreate the maneuver used in the final blow to Darth Maul from Episode 1 duel. Obi-Wan warns Anakin not to attempt the attack, as he can easily predict and counterattack. Anakin, being overconfident in his raw power, attempts the move anyways, resulting in his dismemberment. The scale and significance of this fight prove it worthy for our number 2 spot on the list. Before we get into our number 1 spot, here are 3 more honorable mentions.
Number 1.
And finally, for our number 1 pick, we've chosen Luke vs. Darth Vader in the Emperor's Throne Room from Return of the Jedi. Being fans of George Lucas's original vision for Star Wars, this duel comes in our list for its greater themes and not necessarily its actual swordsmanship. In the culmination of the original trilogy, Luke and Vader hash it out before Emperor Palpatine within his chamber on board the dreaded Death Star 2. By this point, Luke has nearly earned his title as a master in the ways of the Jedi, and this confrontation will be one final test on his path to become a hero. Vader is able to sense the conflict within Luke, and after Luke's emotions reveal to Vader the identity of Luke's sister as Leia, Vader vows to turn her if his efforts with Luke fail. This threat pushes Luke to the brink. Tapping into his feelings of rage, Luke overpowers his father, severing one of his cybernetic hands, mirroring what his father did to him in the episode prior. After making this connection himself, Luke makes the choice to set aside his blade, saying, "I'll never turn to the dark side." This moment is what truly sets up the eventual redemption of Darth Vader, returning once again in the Force to his true self, Anakin Skywalker. By defeating the Emperor and saving Luke's life, Anakin is able to become one with the Force through his final act of self-sacrifice for his son. At the end of the day, it wasn't who was stronger or faster with a blade to save the galaxy, but a single act of love from a father to a son. No duel more perfectly embodies the core themes and messages within Star Wars, and there would be no other way to include this sequence as our number 1 pick.
Never. I'll never turn to the dark side.
That's going to wrap things up for this time. Thank you so much for watching, and if you stuck with us this far, go ahead and click like, leave us a comment down below letting us know what you thought, and what some of your favorite lightsaber duels are as well. Finally, head on over to our channel and click subscribe to check out more Star Wars content weekly. Until next time, may the Force be with you.